Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Back at it. Thought I'd play a little bit of Powerwashing Simulator before I get back to work. I gotta clean the house. I just did some homework of my own, did some marking, edited some podcasts, and did a little vacuuming. Boy, I put it all together. I've been busy, and I gotta get back to clean up the house before Scott comes home tomorrow. So I thought I'd just do a little cleaning. I did some real life cleaning. Now I'm gonna do some imaginary cleaning. And I hate cleaning in real life, but here I am. Power washing. I just stumble up the stairs. Power washing in game form. So I realized that I haven't played some of these levels live. So I wanted to play a few of these levels live. What's a good one to do live here? One I haven't done yet. Planetarium would take. I can do one. Oh, it's this one. The Temple Interior. I think that's the one I want to do. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, this one here. I think this is the one I want to do. I think we'll clean that one out. What's cool about this level here is this is the inside of the temple that you played in the first Power Washing Simulator. So if you remember, it was kind of looked like this old, I don't know, Eastern European cathedral or so. And now on the inside, we have all this. It's really cool. You get to climb up on there, and there's some hidden secrets in here as well that you'll see in a bit. I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is one where I think I got the trident for the first time. It was helpful to clean up the top there, but the soap is very helpful to clean in the corners like there, and especially there. In fact, let's start over here. Yeah, like I said, I like the soap. Just it gets in all the little cracks and crevices. There we go. So I hope you guys have been having a good week. It's Friday tomorrow. Oh man, the months have just kind of flown by. It's not a good thing for me. I like to take my time with things, and this has been a very fast year so far. Hey, Tony, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for popping by. Yeah, it's been a very fast school year so far. But how you doing, Tone? Everything going well? I love that little puker that you made. Really, really super cool. This is what I want here. Archer's not live, is he? I don't want to step on his toes. It's not like people are going to watch me instead of Archer. Should I listen to a good conversation about Ghostbusters and nerd culture, or watch a guy power wash? Yeah, I know where I stand on the pecking order. There we go. It's a tough choice, isn't it? But power washing, I got power washing over here. So much fun. Oh, that's right, Thanksgiving. The Yanks have Thanksgiving. Totally forgot about it. That's the whole reason why we moved to the episode from today to yesterday. I forgot all about that. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, down in La La Land and the rest of the United States. Oh, Tony, I discovered the coolest, I guess, Thanksgiving Star Wars Easter egg ever today. I don't know if you follow on Instagram at all, but I discovered there's this alien from episode 7. Eight in Canto Bight. That's the casino. So I think it's I can't remember though. Oh my God, how am I a Star Wars fan if I can't remember the name of episode 7? So this alien looks like a turkey in a tuxedo. It's just the feathers really. It's just got this big giant butt with the bent legs and this long turkey neck, but it has a big giant mustache, like a very, very cool little Not little, it's big. It's look at like a handlebar mustache sort of thing. It is fancy dancy. And so I have a friend who has another podcast, Jam Transmissions, Rick Villanueva, and he's in America, and he just happened to share his picture of this alien. I'm like, he's rarely in the movie. He's like in a background somewhere, like most aliens in Star Wars. He's just sitting there in the background at one of their roulette tables or something. And so it's just imagine this big ass turkey in a tuxedo and this long neck that kind of swoops down like a turkey does. And then does it have a monocle? Now I want to see if it has a monocle. I gotta check and see if it has a monocle. Hang on. No monocle, no beak. Instead of a beak, it has a mustache. It goes in like a handlebar mustache and goes in two ways. And it has spats on. It has a cane, and its hands are not turkeyish. It's kind of like plump and fat. And it's got, like I said, a black tuxedo and a long neck. This long neck, but it's covered almost like in a tuxedo sort of turtleneck sort of thing. So that's cool in itself. But the name of this turkey of this turkey alien is the freaking best. Its name is Tripto Bubble. Tripto Bubble. Now I want you to kind of like think about that for a sec. Tripto Bubble. There's two meanings in that thing, and it's got to be intentional. It's super intentional. Can you think of what the two names represent? Again, it's a turkey, and its name is Tripto Bubble. Bubble spelled B-U and then ball. I'm going to give you a second there to think about it. Tripto Bubble. Think of turkeys. There's two little Easter egg names in there. I'll let you figure it out. It is the best. I think this is my new favorite alien fact. It is so cool. There is no action figures or anything like that. Bubble. We'll start with the last one. The last name is what caught me first, and then when I realized what it was meaning, and I was like, oh, of course, this makes complete sense. So, if you think about it, what's one of the most famous turkey brands in North America? I'll give you that hint right there. One of the most famous turkey brands in North America. Company that makes frozen turkeys. Exactly, Butterball. So, that's the last name. It's a shortened version of Butterball. But the first name, it's a more scientific term. It has to do with what happens when you eat turkey. It's what happens when you eat turkey. Like, I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or it's an actual thing. I'm pretty sure it's an actual thing. There's a scientific term or scientific chemical. There's a chemical in turkey that does something to you. Well, you feel tired, but the reason people feel tired when they eat turkey is because of the tryptophan. Tryptophan is found in turkey. It is what makes people sleepy after eating a turkey. Tryptophan Butterball is this guy's name. Tryptophan friggin' Butterball. I freaking lost it. Like, I was in class and I gasped audibly. So it's beautiful. I can't believe how wonderful something like that maybe just made me giggle in class. So any which way, it's just like you got to check it out. Just like Tripto Bubble, and just take a look at this guy. I got to look at the movie now, see where he is in the movie. It said that he was behind somebody or something, and I don't know. There was a lot of characters in Canto Bight. It was hard to keep track. In fact, I think there was too many wasn't I shouldn't say too many characters, but too many new characters. It started becoming overwhelming, like it was just too much for the eye to take in. You know, you want to see a Rhodian or some of the other traditional aliens, but they did not put a freaking single traditional alien in this thing, I don't think. Like not even a Twi'lek. You think there'd be a Twi'lek in here or something. But yeah, so it's one of my like he's deliberating. Thanks. Yeah, yeah, exactly. This guy's like everybody at Canto Bight is super rich. He's probably cornered like this corn market on his planet or something like that. Like illegally cornered the corn market, and he's just making money hand over feather. Actually, there's no feather on this character. You don't see any of the feathers, but it's so cool. It's one of the things I would like to make a video on, but who the hell's gonna care? Who the hell's gonna care? Nobody's gonna care. Like I gotta do some digging on this character. This is why I like Star Wars. There's so many weird things that just don't make any sense. That should make sense, but there it is. It's in a movie. Crypto bubble. It almost sounds like he's gobbling too. Crypto bubble bubble. Crypto bubble bubble. I'm an idiot. There we go. So it's looking pretty clean here. I'm going to, whoops, is this here? Now I can use the trident to really just give it a nice quick clean here. I think I'm going to work my way around the edge here. Give enough time to make an action figure and a backstory. Oh my god, if they had an action figure, it would not sell a single, like, it would sell like 10 worldwide, and I'd have like 9 of those 10. I just have this Crypto Bubble army all laid out for the next Canadian Thanksgiving. Each one has a plate holding a little name tag of all the people sitting at the table. This one's for mom, this one's for grandma, this one's for grandpa, that sort of thing. It's a little fancy cane with this weird fleshy mustache or whatever. Oh, it'd be brilliant. It's gotta happen now. Make Crypto Bubble a thing. I'm trying to think of what movie I want to do next for movie night. I think I've figured it out. I want to have it somewhat Christmas time related. I was thinking of a Christmas movie, but I haven't quite, like, I know the guys don't like Christmas as much as I do. And I know it's fun to torture them every once in a while. We watched Jingle All the Way last year, and I had a ball with that. I thought that was a lot of fun. But I'm trying to think of a movie that they would accept and they would want to watch, but at the same time, just not tick anybody off. I think I figured it out. I think I want to watch, and I don't mind telling you here, I think I want to watch Batman Returns. It's got a theme, it's got a Christmas environment in it, a holiday environment, so you got like the Christmas tree and Christmas time, and it'll start an argument about, is this a Christmas movie and all that garbage. And it's not a Christmas movie. It's a movie that takes place during Christmas. It's because it has a Christmas friggin' tree. It doesn't make it a Christmas movie. But Batman Returns, that's the one with Catwoman, Penguin, and what am I missing here? Penguin, I think it's just those two. And obviously Christopher Walken. So I think that'd be a fun movie. I think they'd like that. I think we tried to do that in the past, but I remember now. We were going to have some guests on the show, and unfortunately it fell through, and so the movie got put on the burner, and it just seems like it's a movie we want to play in December. So there are movies that play well in certain seasons. Like Summer School is a good summer movie. Jaws, a good summer movie. Die Hard, it's a good holiday movie. I say Christmas, but I honestly I don't think it's a Christmas movie. It's a good holiday movie. It's a good Christmas time movie because it's got that theme, it's got the music and the hats and all that sort of stuff. Just like what do you call it? Lethal Weapon. Which Lethal Weapon is it? 1, 2, or 3? It takes place during Christmas time. It's one of those movies that the timing of it just works. Of course, people are going to watch it during Christmas because it's got those Christmas themes. Yes, I've heard about the Ghostbusters 2 movie being a good New Year's. It's supposed to like time it where it's like at the end it's like New Year's Eve and you time it where the ball drops or something like that. Is it one? Yeah. I don't know if like it's been a while since I've watched any of the Lethal Weapon movies. I used to watch them like all the time. I really enjoyed the Lethal Weapon movies when I watched them at the time, and I would like to go back. I think it's on my list. The Lethal Weapon movies. Number 3 was with Joe Pesci. Number 1 and 2 were fun. Number 4 was getting kind of long in the tooth with Jet Li, and say what you will about Mel Gibson, but either way, I mean, he made some good movies back in the 80s and 90s. It's just one of those things. I try to remove him from his nut job life. He made some good movies, and so they were fun, popcorn sort of movies. Right when Peter drops into the museum and sees Happy New Year, you start. Oh, okay, well there you go. There you go. What's another movie that people talked about? There's just like when you have to time it to when the ball drops. I think there was. Oh, it was Star Wars. People would time the Star Wars one where you count down to 0 and the Death Star explodes. So, I'm not a big New Year's Eve fan. I find it a waste of time. I used to work so many New Year's Eves when I was doing DJing. I worked the New Year's Eve parties, and you do the countdown or whatever, and I mean, I ended up working all the time, so it was never like fun. It was work. Yeah, I guess any movie where you have an explosion, hey, we'll time it with the countdown pretty much. But I'm not a New Year's Eve fan. I find it's fun for I think it's a younger person's sort of fun, or when you have a whole bunch of people get together, people who like parties and get-togethers, and hey, let's count 3, 2, 1, yay! We can count down from 10, yay! And then watch people in New York getting shit-faced and stuff. It's just like that is not my thing. Some people's, I do know some people's, bucket list is to go to New York during the Times Square for the ball drop. And I can see why people like that. It's not my thing. I don't want to go to an overcrowded place and get squished in amongst all these other people. But it seems like it's a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm just fussing. I'm trying to... The comments are popping up on the screen, but not popping up on the on my phone here. And that's usually how I'm watching the comments here. Okay, there it is. It's all mid. Yeah. I get to my 30th, and I much rather get a good night's sleep. we're old. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, let me go back to bed. We typically, me and my son go to Victoria for New Year's Eve, and we stay up, and like when he was younger, he would want to stay up and do the countdown, and I tried my hardest to stay awake. It was so hard, and I told him, just wake me up about 5-10 minutes before, and we'll do the countdown. And I feel bad, kind of, but I it's one of those things when you have kids later in life. So you're in your 50s and your 10-year-old is just wanting to stay up all night to do the countdown, and I'm just like, I'm tired. But you want to make sure that you're don't miss those moments because they're important moments. Moments I would not trade in for $1 million or $1 bazillion. But it was a struggle to stay awake. There we go. This is so relaxing. Look at how clean that window is. Bing, bing. So I'm trying to plan to go to Victoria. The Victoria Hotel Z used to have sales on Black Friday. Now Black Friday is just another. It means nothing anymore. That's what I'm scared of. Sorry, I missed that. What why is my thing not working very well? What are you scared of again? I missed that one. For some reason, the comments are not coming on my phone fast enough. There we go. I should. I'm trying to figure out if I want to get a new laptop, one that I can stream like video games. Being told too old to enjoy the young kid. Yeah. Hang on. I'm sorry. I forgot. Do you have a kid, Tony? Do you have a child? It's funny. Most of my friends most of my closer friends, no, is it a no, not yet, or no, maybe, so not to pry. Sorry, not to pry. I just like a lot of my, oh, okay, yeah. It's a difficult time. I get it. It was a difficult time for my family, for me and my wife at the time, and when we finally have it, it was just it's this weight that comes off, but then it's quickly replaced with another weight of being a parent. You're just like this feeling of being ecstatic that finally we're gonna have a kid, and you do your first round IVF. Oh, that's right. I think you told me that. Yes, I'm very familiar with that, and yeah, it's the weight of having a child, of trying to have a child, is finally taken off. But like I said, replaced with the weight of having the child is now takes over, and it's tough. It's not for the faint of heart. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not for the faint of heart. But it is the amount of reward that I have felt. Again, it's different for everybody. It's a process. Yeah, definitely. It's an unusual one. I got stories about going through the IVF program that I don't want to share because it's a little bit too personal. But there is some funny moments during the whole thing, and if you know about some of the processes. I have to be very careful because I'm finding my students are finding me online now. So I gotta be careful with certain private issues. So. Oh yeah, spoiled and ace, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, spoiled and ace. I didn't spoil my niece or nephew. Their grandma already did that. So there we go. I don't feel I'm a very good uncle. I'm very standoffish. I don't get too involved. I'm kind of a private person, that sort of thing. Yeah, the process is very interesting. All the checks and balances have to go through. A lot of needles that this is not going too deep into things. A lot of needles that the ex-wife had to endure. Yeah, it was. Oh my God, do they ever? Yes, 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 yes. What else can you say but yes? It is very different. It's a very different world. But anyway, don't get me talking about it, please. I gotta keep it quiet. Okay, well, this is you guys are like just starting the process then. Oh, good luck. Yeah, it's. I have confidence in this. I have confidence in the process quite a lot. One of the things that we decided after the fact, after Scott was born, was we took him about a month or two after he was born. We took him into the clinic to kind of meet the doctor and say thank you and stuff. We really wanted to talk to the nurse. I can this story I can tell. The nurse during the process when it was time to for the fertilization, the nurse was like, we had already kind of figured out one of two names for our child before he was born. If it was a girl, it was going to be Sarah Victoria. If it was a boy, it was going to be Scott. And when we got in there, the nurse was there, and she was just a wee bonny lass. She was a thick Scottish accent. She was just full of life, full of beauty, and she was just like, "It'll be all right now. Don't you worry." And it was just, she was such a beautiful woman, just so kind, very reassuring, was supportive. And we're just like, Scott's the good name. We have a feeling it's going to be Scott, you know. And so we were close to having twins, you know, because I mean, you get to choose to a point how many of fertilizations you do. This is the scientific part that I don't mind talking about because it is scientific. But you get to choose how many of these fertilized eggs are included, and we chose just two. I kept joking. I just don't want Octomom, but it was just like, and I had to explain to my Mexican wife what Octomom was. But it was just like, it's you get to choose two, and we were for a second there, we're like, there is a possibility we will have twins. There is a slight possibility, and so maybe we'll have a Sarah Victoria and then also have a Scott. Then after time we realized, oh, only one took. Okay, no problem. That's a bit of relief. One's fine. I think we just wanted the one, but we'll be happy if there's two. But we cheer on the one for sure. Yeah, and so it took, and then we found out the sex of the baby, and that was, and then okay, we have a Scott. And one of the fun parts was when we would go to the family reunions and stuff, and my ex was showing. She was now out to here, as they say. We had these like a family reunion sort of thing, and we had these name tags that said "Hi, my name is," and so we put one on us. Hi, my name's Rob. Put one on the ex-wife. Hi, my name is ex-wife. Won't expose the name. And then we put one on the belly saying, "Hi, my name is Scott." And it was our way of telling the family, "Hey, we're expecting." It's pretty easy when you see the ex-wife rolling up with a belly sticking out. But it was a great little talking point. So yeah, that was kind of cool. This is looking nice. Look at this. I'm missing spots. I can see. Look at the spots I'm missing. Yeah, it was cute, and the pregnancy part was fun. It was strangely enough. I mean, there's some challenges, obviously, but it was quite a bonding moment. I remember with me and my wife, and it's one like the marriage in all was good, but again, not going too deep into the weeds, but the marriage in all was good. But that was, I would say, that's one of the more special moments that we had because we had been working so hard, and it was good times. We bonded quite well, and and it was just, yeah, it was memorable moments and stuff because it was something we were both working so hard, and it was almost like a victory lap in many ways. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's a positive out of the whole thing. So I will say I will say that. Anyways, enough of the personal stuff. I'm just not going to go too much into it. The science I don't mind talking about. I won't get into the personal stuff though. Again, the walls have ears. This is looking nice. Look close to that. You can see that wood grain. Look at the wood. Look at the carving of that. Look at the carving. Beautiful. And this thing here. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you sorry about? I at no point was I forced. I know when to stop talking. I guess I should clean this too, eh? There we are. Jamin's feeling a little bit better. I quickly chatted with him online today. He was not feeling up to it, that for sure. I did in my class, I like to do a would you rather, and I chose a would you rather for Jamie. So would you rather it be Halloween or would you rather it be Christmas? And overwhelmingly, the choice was Christmas. I think one kid chose Halloween, and so I sent a picture. I sent a picture to Jamie. I said, "The world has spoken. The world would rather have Christmas." I'm sorry, Jamie. One kid agrees with you. He does not care. It does not bother him whatsoever. There we go. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to unbox. Jamie likes to do his unboxing. I miss it every time. I got like action figures. I got trading cards. I got some Christmas ornaments I want to unbox. Christmas ornaments that came from Jamie. I just found them yesterday. I had the nutcracker. I pulled the nutcracker out, as he's probably saw in the live stream. And in the nutcracker was these like 4 boxes of Star Wars ornaments. I'm like, where the hell are these come from? I don't remember buying these at all. And then Steve 3 reminded me, oh, those are the ones that Jamie gave to you. I'm like, oh, that's right. Jamie gave them. I haven't even like put them on a tree yet. So, okay, time to pull up the soap. Oops, I missed. Try again. There we go. They're cool. I'm not going to say what they are because I want to do an unboxing, but I better do it before Christmas. It's tacky if I do the unboxing in like March or something. Go up. Okay, let's just clean this first. Oh, shoot. Yep. Ah. That interview with the prop builder, that was kind of cool. It was cool listening to what he had to say, and that like Constable Zuvio thing, that was funny to me. I like when he was telling me that, I was just like, that's so funny. And Archer, the always looking out for us, Archer. He was like, I think he probably messaged me and said you should make that a YouTube short. And the minute he said, like, yes, of course. And so I immediately, I woke up, crap and a half. I woke up at 4:30 yesterday. God, I don't know why I woke up at 4:30. I couldn't sleep. And so, well, Mop, let's make that short. And I made the short within about half an hour or so. And, no, I shouldn't say half an hour. It was about an hour. Made the short in about an hour. Boy, did I miss those spots. And put it out. It's got very little traction, but it's a cool one. I like it. It's one of those cases where you don't do it for the clicks, you do it for yourself. And it was like, I'm glad Archer was able to catch it and remind me of that, because it was just like, yeah, that would make sense. And so scrubbing through the video and saying, okay, I'm going to have to edit this slightly here. But Constable Zuvio, that's funny. That's a deep pull there. I remember those things. They couldn't get those things off the shelf. Oh, can you hear the piano playing in the distance? The landlord's practicing piano. Oh, it's actually here. I'm going to go. I'm going to go into my bedroom so you can hear like how loud it is. If it's soft music, can you hear that? Thank goodness he's a good piano player. Yeah, it's and that's not even loud. Like he's not even playing loud. He's softly playing. And so my TV is just it's on the other side of the wall. But it's pretty much like we were streaming last night and he was playing during almost the whole time. And I asked Steve before we started, like, can you hear that? He's like, yeah, but it's nice music. You know, it's like dinner music, like you're at a lounge and someone's just twinkling on the ivories in the background while you're having a nice little dinner. Okay, I'm missing something here. I'm missing like it's the gaps and stuff. Whoops. Why can't I clean this thing? There we go. Where's my ladder? Oops. Well, this will do. Ooh, go up. Oh, it's in the mouth. That's the problem. There we go. All right, let's just focus on these dragons first, and then I'll figure out the rest. See, look in that mouth. It's in there. It's in the mouth. There we go. Well, thank you. That was quick. Is there any up top here? Okay, we'll get the roof in a second. I think I'm going to leave the roof in a bit. See in your mouth there? I can see some way over there. Hang on. See, the soap really gets into the cracks and the crevices.
Gets right up in there. You gotta dig it out.
There we go. Bing. Bing, bing. Oh, that dopamine ding. I love it. Oh, I got stuck on the dragon here. I just realized what he's playing. Dun, 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 dun. I'm listening to a podcast. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. The Rest Was History. I learned it from Conan O'Brien. It's one of his favorite podcasts, and I like history. So, man, it's so good. They're such good storytellers. They're talking about the Second World War and the invasion of Nazi Germany in Belgium and France, and when they took over Poland, and the war, and they took over Denmark, which was like a 5-hour war in Denmark, and then they try and take over Norway for the resources, and it's like I had no idea Norway was so heavily involved. Because we think of, you think of Norway, you're not really thinking that sort of thing. But then you look at the map, like, of course they were involved. And then the fear of Russia. They're such good storytellers. And they get so obsessed on, like, these wonderful mustaches and beards of these generals, especially during the First World War. It was a glorious time for mustaches and beards. Yeah, it's a good podcast. They did one on Walt Disney, which was I actually really enjoyed the history of Walt Disney, how he grew up and stuff. And I mean, you think history, would you think Walt Disney? But Walt Disney and Disney itself has had a major impact on the culture of Western culture. You can't deny it. Whatever you feel about Disney movies or whatever. His impact on Western culture and Western society has had a major impact and has shaped the way America thinks about America. And it's fascinating. And the way he went into and how anti-union he was, how it was just like some of the stories you hear about him are true, and some of them are like a little bit embellished. Dum bum ba da da dum dum. Listen. Ba da ba da ba ba da 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 da. That's more traditional stuff. He rarely plays more traditional songs. It's usually some other sort of one that I've never heard of. And I've been in an orchestra. I recognize a lot of classical music. Like he that's like traditional stuff he's playing. It's almost like cartoon traditional in a way, right? Something you'd see in Bugs Bunny in a barber shop. You must have a concert coming up soon. Oh, sorry, I missed it. I've seen, I think I showed a different part of his life that wasn't known to me. Yeah. It is a fascinating. He is a fascinating person, and leads a fascinating life. And I didn't realize he was from St. Louis, like how connected he is to St. Louis. I don't know why I found that surprising. Like, oh, really, St. Louis? There we go. I'm being picky over some of the stuff here. I can't seem to get some of the cracks and crevices. Oh, that's why. Look, I missed all that. Hang on. There we go. Nice. See, look how powerful this trident is. Look, it just cuts to the greasing grime. I kind of wanted to watch Star Wars. I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, I still think I should be looking at the Home Alone movies. I still want to do that review. Still want to check that out because I think it'd be fun to just compare the Home Alone movies. Should I go in order from 1 to 5 or go backwards from 5 to 1? Start bad and end good, or vice versa, and just see how far we've gone off the rails. Actually, as I say that now, I think that might be it. You have to hook them in with the good stuff, and then just see how far this train fell off and went down the hill. This is where we've started, and this is where we went. A cautionary tale. I'm thinking like a short. Keep the reviews short, bite size. Don't go too much detail. Maybe like a 5-10 minute video. Really compact it. That's what I enjoyed about the. This is how it ended. Yeah, exactly. And who do we blame? It's going to take time. If I keep it short, it would save me some time of doing getting caught up in too much of the research and just spend more time on just the feels. But then again, it is important that we do some sort of interesting facts to it. And if YouTubing was like my job, I feel I would put so much more work into the research part of it, the history, because I remember when I was doing a video on Nyan Nun or Duncan Hickmat, the twin pod cloud cars, that took days of research, just time out of my schedule to research all that. In some cases, it took months because it was just something I had in the back burner, and I was thinking of doing this, just collecting over time. So, I mean, if you have that time, you produce a much better video. And like, there's this one YouTuber who I really enjoy. Weird Movies with Mark. What's his actual channel? I gotta check it out now. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can find it here on YouTube. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Sorry, here. Yeah. Weird Movies with Mark. Fanboy Flicks. Yeah, Fanboy Flicks. That's his channel, but he just reviews. I would strongly recommend checking out Weird Fanboy Flicks. He's a Canadian kid, good Canadian kid, and very very funny guy. Great take on movies. He's reviewed movies like Reefer Madness to Neil Breen movies. If you don't know who Neil Breen is, oh my God. If I want Jamie and the gang to hate me and never talk to me again, I would bring up a Neil Breen movie. I think our show would end if I brought up Neil Breen. Are you familiar with Neil Breen? This dude is a maniac. I don't know what's wrong with him. He just makes movies and thinks he's so smart. Yeah, like, anybody out there, just look up Neil Breen movies. It is horrible. It is like, we give zeros for the odd movie here and there. Those are 7s and 8s compared to a Neil Breen movie. Like, there's no, like, to call it a movie alone is, like, questionable. My students have created work much better than that. So bad it's just like, it might be unwatchable. Some people love the torture of that sort of thing. I think I might be one of those people. But then again, I've watched reviews of it, and I haven't brought myself to watching a full Neil Breen movie because of just the pacing and the poor acting and the poor quality and the poor writing. It's just, and the effects, the horrible effects. And you think, is this a guy aware of how bad it is? Because he's done 5 movies now, and people know he is like the Ed Wood of modern times. Like, Ed Wood's movies were so much better compared to what Neil Breen does. And it's just like, he's got to be self-aware. He just has to be. And then he comes out with another movie that's just very much like all the other stuff. I'm like, I don't know if he is. I don't think he is self-aware. Any which way, if I brought up a movie like that, goddamn, like I think Jamie would be like legit angry at me. I think he was seriously angry at me when I had the recorder music stuff. I think he was legit angry at me. I think it tested our friendship. But then when he heard people actually enjoying it, I think he was stuck and couldn't say much. I'm not sure. I would like to. He keeps his information close to the chest. And then when I pull out the second one, God, he was like. That's why we haven't done it again. I haven't done any more recorder music because. After the third one, where I started playing the recorder myself, I just sensed that I gotta stop because I think Jamie's gonna get really mad. And rightfully, I want to make sure I say this on record. Rightfully so. He has all the right reason to be angry. Oh God, that is still my favorite though. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold. When I had Aaron on the show to do the Christmas episode, Aaron had a straight face, but I know he was laughing off air. I knew, like, he would remove himself from the camera, and I knew he was laughing. He didn't want to lead on to it. That's funny shit. I'm sorry. That is some funny shit. Bum, 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 bum. Oh God, I might go re-listen to that episode. I used to like when I first started podcasting. I used to listen to our episodes again and again and again, and now I don't. I rarely listen to our own episodes in playback. A lot of the time, because sorry, I'm fussing around here. I'm looking for stuff. A lot of times because I've heard it already through editing and kind of like I lived it for one, and then we did the editing, and I've kind of listened to it like in bits and pieces constantly. So I don't really have to go back and listen to it again, but I do kind of sorry, your own critique my own work. Critic. Yeah, yeah. Well, it is good to listen to your own work. You have to be to understand. Are we growing here? Are things? Are we doing well? What can I get better at? All that sort of stuff. Especially early on, I was very curious to see like how I can improve, how I can make it better, and it was very important. And now, like, I think I'm a little more aware when we're doing things, what do we need to improve on in real time, and just like, okay, here's what we got to do here, here's what we got to do here. But and then there's some days I'm like, yeah, screw it, I don't care. We had fun. That's all that matters. And I'm starting to take notes throughout the episodes, so I can think, is there a moment I can make a short out of this, and see if can I edit this and make a good short to get people to come to the podcast or something like that. And sometimes there is, and sometimes it's just like, yeah, you had to be there sort of thing. Because sometimes we think we're funny and then we're really not. Well, I shouldn't say we. It's more me. Steve's funny. Jamie's funny. Hosnose is funny. I'm not funny. I'm just the guy laughing in the background. There we go. There we go. That's done. Now, is everything... Hang on. We got everything here? The urn... Okay, hang on. The urn. Let's do... Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you, is it? Straight man. Yeah, sadly, that's me. I'm the abbot to the Costellos. Well, it's just Steve 3 has natural charm. He's altered. Hang on, sorry. The floor mural. Okay, we're almost in here on this level. He has natural charm and he has wit, and so I really appreciate that. So the more he can talk and joke, the happier I am. I think I'm more the laughy guy. I like laughing at the jokes. I like having fun with it, and I feel sometimes I play like more of a laugh track sort of character rather than making the jokes sort of character. So I find myself, I need time to process and make the joke rather than be on the cuff. So there we go. Anyways, how you critically think about yourself. Okay, there's the floor mural, and now we do this. Okay. Let's do the altar first. There we go. A little altar. Have you been playing the Fortnite Simpsons season? It's all getting better on camera is all about being comfortable and not having to fuss around with all the technology stuff too. So, has it been fun, the Simpsons stuff? It looks fun. I just haven't played any of it, obviously, but it seems like it's a lot of fun, and it's one of those short seasons again. I think the season's changing this Tuesday, isn't it? Isn't there an event happening or something? That Star Wars one was fun. The event, that was a fun event. Okay, so here's the orb. And after this, you'll see something special here. We're not done yet. This is... Look at this. There's a whole nother level down here. And look, someone's here to greet us. Oh, look at this. I think The Simpsons, the season became just too late for me. If I was playing earlier, I think it would have been all in, but it's just like, I know there's so many Easter eggs to The Simpsons stuff. Look at this. This is going to be so good. All right, bud. You're going to come with me. We're going to put you in a safe place for now. Here, you just sit right here. You just have a nice little sit. Rest, relax. Come on, just put you down. Put you down. Come on, put you down. Here, you just sit. You have a seat in the corner there. And it's all dingy. Okay, watch your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Flashbang! Alright, let's get to work. I'm frustrated that Water Park Simulator is not coming out anytime soon. I keep checking to see when it's being released, and there's nothing. No word, nothing. I need that game to come out. I want to build a water park. The longer it goes on, the less chance I feel it's going to happen. That and Militianer. But I think Militianer's already there and they're working on it, so. Okay, ready? Oh, I forgot this one. Oh yeah, look at this. Look how clean that is. Look, zoom in there. Look how wet it is, and then it dries instantly. Look how it pours. I mean, look at that. It's rolling down the stairs, and it dries. You can watch it. You're literally watching water dry, not paint dry, water dry. How cool is that? The shine on this thing is so beautiful. Your mic works on Discord, and when I tested it on stream, yeah, it's so weird how mics work. So I'm actually a question for you. Since you've been on Archer's show, does he use Discord or does he use what are we using? Whatever the heck are we using? Something stream. I can't remember, the one with the duck. I think he uses something different, doesn't he? I want to know his setup. Ecamm. Okay. Yeah, it's just it's funny how mics work. Like, so yesterday before we were getting set up, and I was there. I was in the room already. I'm usually there in the room early, just setting things up and making sure everything's working. And then Steve 3 pops on, and I say, "Hey, Steve," and he doesn't respond. And I see him looking, and I go, "Steve, what's up, bud?" And no response. And now I'm like, "Oh, he can't hear me." I said, "Can you hear me?" And then he responds, "Can you hear me?" And then all of a sudden we're doing this whole like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" stuff, and he can't hear me. And I'm like, I know exactly what's happening. My mic, for some reason, is not registering. I have an expensive mic, and every once in a while, it worked yesterday. I didn't change a single thing, and yeah, can you hear me now, sort of thing. I didn't change a single thing, not a single setting, but for some reason now it's just not registering, and I have to reset it or whatever, and hit this button, hit that button. It's so weird how it works, because you're always having to kind of check the things beforehand, and doing it live, making sure, checking the mic live, you're all of a sudden feeling awkward, and it's just like, does this work? How's this? And you're very aware that it's not working, and you're testing it, and you're just like, I'm sorry. It jumps to my head to set mic for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just every program works differently. It's a pain in the ass. And now you're under the gun trying to make sure that everything's working in split-second time, and it's all Murphy's Law. I check it before he brings me on every time, and it's still all of a sudden like, okay, is it this way? Is it good? Yeah, good. Okay, let's go live. No, it's not good. Just out of the blue. No more. I'm done. Remember working 2 seconds ago? Well, we changed our mind. So I remember we interviewed Paulie for the first time, Paul Sang Lee, and we were so excited, and it was still one of my favorite interviews. And but throughout this whole episode, we kept hearing this phone buzzing or like phone notifications. And at first, I wasn't making much of it, and I was like, oh, I'm just like one of the boys. Gotta turn off that phone. Please turn off that phone. I can't say it. I can't say it on publicly because I don't want to call them out. But we're live or we're recording this right now, and the conversation is going so well. I don't want to stop it and just say, hey, who's got the phone on? And then we discover it was Paulie who had his phone on, and the notifications kept dinging. And now we're just like we're messaging each other off outside saying, is that your phone? Is that your phone? Oh no, it's Paulie's phone. Okay, don't tell him. Just leave it. Let it go. We're not going to. I don't want to be the one to correct them and stuff like that because this is the first time we met Paulie. Knowing what we should have known now, we should have told him to turn it off because he would have been very comfortable and understanding because he's a nice person. he's an understanding person. But it's just like we were so nervous because we were like, oh, don't upset him. Just let the phone ring. And once you know it, in the comments, it's like whose phone is ringing. And it was very frustrating for them to listen to. The more you know, yeah. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe! Pork chop sandwiches. There we go. Look at this. So clean. Oh, yeah, well, look who I'm talking to. Someone in the film industry, of course. It all makes sense. There we go. You ever get to go to the sets? Or do you find most of your work is kind of like kept to the shops, I guess? I wonder if you get to see your handiwork in action. You're on set all the time. Oh, there you go. I'm assuming. Can I assume things like maybe like if something goes wrong, you're there to come to the rescue? Just Mighty Mouse it. Here I come to save the day. Baby sing. Well, there you go.
Don't touch it. This is mine.
There we go. This room's looking sweet. Once I'm done this, I gotta clean up the house some more. I did some report cards they're due next week. Report cards. I gotta tell you though, one of the things that's really helped in report card writing is using AI to help with proofreading. Like proofreading is when report cards, proofreading is like takes up most of my time. Just double checking and reading. But when you have like a chat or a co-pilot helping out with the proofreading part of it, not writing, you can't use it for writing. It's pointless to use it to help write a report card. But it is very useful. Like you get the idea, you get it all written down, and it just goes through and it spell checks the heck out of everything, grammars, and it sometimes makes suggestions. I know you're trying to say this, but how about this? I'm like, oh, that is nicer. Okay. And sometimes I ask it, okay, I want to say this, but in a much shorter version, a more concise version. Okay, how about this? I'm like, a little bit less of this, a little more of that. Okay, how about this? I'm like, oh, perfect. There we go. And it's actually improved my writing skills. Again, not letting it write for you, but allowing it to offer suggestions. And I just go over and I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. And then the next time I have another student who I'm trying to write an idea for or whatever, it becomes very useful. It's a useful tool when you know how to use it. Which one do you use? Well, our district supplies us with Office 365, so Copilot is attached to it. But we make sure as teachers we don't put students' names in there. I mean, how much are you going to get for a student's name, like if the kid's name is Bill or something like that? I mean, how's it going to know which Bill in the world? But then again, who knows, right? So strange enough, I'm always using Bill. Or God dang it, I hit the wrong button. Or sometimes, actually, I use Bill for boys and Mary for girls. And so if I have to use the he's and she's and whatnots, or the theys, it allows me to do that. But just the proofreading part of it is difficult. I used chat for the first little while, and then Copilot started coming into use, and I was like, okay, Copilot. I've actually used Copilot to help understand if for kids writing, is this legit or is this AI? But the grade I teach, detecting AI is actually, or detecting if a kid's using AI is a lot easier. It's like it's the grade level. They haven't written at a level where it can be confused with AI. It's just like, is this a handwriting AI? No, if you're asking the question, chances are it's AI. So, boy, this person wrote really well. Used the word eloquent. So, but it is a useful tool. And I even, like I said, I think I've said in the past, I used it to help make Scott's birthday magic cards, which was very useful. But it also gave me ideas like, how do I say this? How do I say that? So, it can be a useful tool. But it's funny, like, I watch Queso, and he plays a lot of horror games or a lot of simulator games. And a few of them are made in like Russia or Eastern Europe. If a lot of these like video game creators would just run their dialogue through a friggin' AI or Grammarly at the very least, it would make the game so much more. It would get so much better. Even ones that are from a different country, like if you got a Russian making an independent game, or French person or German, whoever, run it through a Grammarly or something. It's that simple. It will really help improve the game because you're reading this, and we remember those games when we were kids, right? Congratulations or something like that. You is winner. I think that happened in one of the Ghostbuster games, wasn't it? There was a Ghostbuster, one of I think the NES Ghostbuster game. It was all written in English, and it's just like back then. I get it. I mean, they didn't have editors or something like that. But nowadays, prepare for die. Nowadays, you have so many tools that you should not be having spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes in any of your games by this point. There's no excuse. Was it Ghostbusters 2? I gotta check out the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's Christmas time. One of my traditions is watching his Christmas videos. Ghostbusters is not one of them, but I know he did a Ghostbusters video game review. Ghostbusters! The Angry Video Game Nerd came out with a video game, another one. You can play it on the NES. How crazy is that? That's awesome. Ghostbusters! B-17 Bomber. There we go. Miss the old stuff, like the old Angry Video Game Nerd stuff, or old video game stuff? Yeah, it's hard to recapture that wonderful time, early YouTube, early critic stuff, people just scamming his stuff and just I'm the irate video game nerd, and I'm the the frustrated video game nerd or whatever. The irate gamer was an actual guy. I tried watching that guy's stuff. It was so boring. It was dull as heck, and he was being called out on for his just copying. And I think there was one episode, the two of them actually teamed up for an episode. It was kind of like breaking the fourth wall in many ways. It was interesting. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. This was like years after the whole debate was over. It's just like, you're not the angry video game nerd. It's just, his stuff wasn't funny. The AVGN just had, a lot of people ripping him off. Then there were people that go the opposite end. They were just like the happy video game nerd or something like that. And it was it lightning in a bottle, as they say? It was just so good. I remember just, it was must watch. Lots of fun. I kind of miss those times. A more innocent time, if you want to believe it. But his recent video, it is diluting it now. But his recent video is more along his traditional way of doing things. But it's just like, you watch the old stuff, and you had what's his face playing the theme song, and it was out of tune, and he was out of tune. But it's just like, you know what? This is kind of cool. I dig it. It's okay if you're out of tune. It's the angry video game nerd. So the Christmas episodes I like to watch a lot, and he's playing some games. He's He's going to find out which something. I can't remember the thing, but he tries to make a cute little song, and it doesn't go with the rhythm, but it's still like it's cute. It's cute. You're trying. I appreciate the effort. The Battletoads episode where him and the guitar player get together and they go that's good stuff. I freaking hated that game. Holy cow, Battletoads. Like one of my least favorite Nintendo games. Freaking hate it. It's so weird when you play that game. You're in love with it for the first few levels, and how quickly your love for this game changes to severe anger and hate. Oh my god. The minute you get into those stupid bikes or those vehicles to jump over the lava, this became the worst game. From my favorite to least favorite within moments. And I'm like, I want to chuck this out. So angry at that game. And like a lot of people, you never got past that level, and it's just like, screw this. It's not worth the frustration. I'll just replay the first 3 levels again and again and again. Okay, almost done. We're at 85%. We're playing some games the worst he recalls. He's gonna find out which one sucks the most balls. The angry video game nerd is here. Sorry, it coming back to me now. Oh, there's no way I could beat it now. ASMR will bring me. Hello, how you doing, Malcolm? Hey, Malcolm, do you ever watch the Angry Video Game Nerd? We're talking about AVGN. There we go. Look at the raw. I do have one good story. Like I said, I don't like to talk about stories of students, but this one happened about 15, 16 years ago, so I think it's safe now. I had this one student who was, he had tough time. He was a challenge. There was points where he was just sitting there spitting on my floor, making gobs of spit on my floor, and it was a tough time with him in the classroom. And I was trying to figure out how to connect with him, trying to get him to trying to find a way to trying to find a way to make connections. And then nothing was working. And then I remember, like, as I was teaching, I happened to use a catchphrase that the AVGNs would say. I can't remember what it was. It slipped my mind. But it was one of the common... It wasn't a swear word. I just got to make it perfectly clear, because I know he swears a lot. But he would have this catchphrase. And when I said it in class, he just stopped and stared at me. And it was like crickets. And then he looks at me, he's like... And he's, you know what that means? And I looked at him and I go, you know what that means? He's like, yeah, the Angry Video Game Nerd. And I'm like, you watch that show? And he's like, you watch that show? And it's just like, it was just like, it was a moment where it's just like, he finally connected with me on something, and it was the Angry Video Game Nerd. And he was so excited, like, I have so much stuff to talk to you about now. And he just is like, he would just start talking about this episode and this episode and this episode. But him being unfiltered, he would start sharing all his favorite swear words. And I'm like, okay, dude, no, we can't be saying that in school. We this is not appropriate you shouldn't be watching that. I gotta be on record and say you're too young to be watching that show. And he's like, it's so funny though. I go, I agree, it's funny, but you're too young to be watching that show. Well, we all do, but officially as a teacher, I don't. But it's just like, and so it was cool. Because now, all of a sudden, life was a little easier for the both of us. And when a new episode came out, and at the time it was coming out in the regular, like whatever was coming out, he would come to me the next morning. He's like, did you see the latest episode? I'm like, yeah, I saw the latest episode. It was so funny when he died. I go, no, we're not talking about that part. Okay, well, it's funny when he said the thing, and then he tries to, like, say it without saying it. It's the way he's censoring. It's the most effort he's ever done in censoring himself. But man, it was funny just to try to connect with him, and yeah. And then one day, if you remember, AVGN was starting a movie. And so I helped I helped with the crowdfunding. I donated about $40 to the movie to help him make it. And in return, I got an autographed picture of the Angry Video Game Nerd. I still have it on my wall in my classroom. Oh no, it's not up this year. I got to put it back up. I still have it though, and it's a picture of him with the Power Glove and I think one of the Nintendo controllers, and he's giving his angry face. That mouth open in a reverse smile sort of thing. And I put it up in my classroom wall, and I think he had left my classroom by that time, but he was still in the school. And he saw it. He was like, you crowdfunded? I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, all right. He was so excited. I put money towards the movie. So it was an okay movie. It was all right. It was what it was. I was happy I was at least a little bit part of it. I don't think I had any of my name in the credits because certain crowdfunders got if they donated a certain amount and get their name in the credits. But that was fine. I'm just glad I was one small part to help out with that. I was happy I got a autographed picture. I have 3 autographed pictures that I put in my classroom. Again, I didn't put it up this year. One autographed picture is of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and most of the students have no idea who it is anymore. Super Troopers 2? That was crowdfunded? I had no idea. So I have three autographed pictures. One is of AVGN. The second is of Mick Foley, Mankind. I met him and had him sign an autograph picture, which was really cool. That was the day me and Anil discovered we wanted to do podcasting, so it's got a special place in my heart. And the third one is of Mr. Bean. And the kids all know who Mr. Bean is. Some of the kids know who Mankind is. The wrestler kids know who that one is. I don't have a lot of wrestler students over time, but every once in a while there's one kid's like, "You got a picture of Mick Foley?" I'm like, "Yeah. I met him. Almost shook his hand." You can't shake Mick Foley's hand. He says his hands is like chalk, so he's just got to fist bump you, which I totally understand. That dude's been through some stuff. But Mr. Bean, I have Mr. Bean autograph picture is really cool too. It's just him sitting on a stool, legs slightly crooked, doing his weird Mr. Bean face. Not a smile, just like an awkward stare at the camera. And it's great. I got 2 of those. I got 2 autograph pictures. It's so awesome. I'm assuming it's a sign by Rowan Atkinson. I hope so. In my world, it is. I actually used a Rowan Atkinson quote today at school with my fellow teachers. It's from Rowan Atkinson's stand-up video. There's this bit he does where he's a father giving a toast at his daughter's wedding, and he's just unhappy with everything. He's just unhappy with the guests. He's unhappy with the groom. He's unhappy with all the people who are just eating the food, and it's costing him a fortune. And he's especially unhappy with the in-laws, the new in-laws that he's met, who he hates. And he's just going off. He's just going off on the in-laws. And in the end, he's just like, I wouldn't trust them to sit the right way on a toilet seat. It is my favorite insult. I love that insult. I used that today. I go, I wouldn't trust them to sit the right way on a toilet seat. It's just such a good insult. It just shows you, it's just like how frustrated you are. That it's just like, and then I use a Blackadder one, where it's like, it's as subtle as a rhinoceros horn up the backside. God, Rowan Atkinson's such a good writer. I'm assuming that's Rowan and his crew. He has a regular helper when it comes to writing as well. I can't remember who his partner is, his writing partner is, but still, it's so good. Oh, I'm missing spots here. I wouldn't trust you to sit the right way on a toilet seat. Oh, it's good. I love that. And Blackadder, as you know, Blackadder is just cruel. Some of the stuff he says. The Christmas special. I gotta watch the Christmas special. Oh, that time of season. I know Jamie likes the Christmas special. Maybe we can get together and watch a Christmas special. Just, oh man, him and me get together and just do a live watch or something like that. I wonder. That'd be cool. They nailed up the dog. I've already done a review of that movie though. It's on the Gen Xmas episode. Okay, hang on. Is there anything? Oops. Let's take a look around here. Missing anything? There's a cell phone here. Look, there's a cell phone. I forgot why the cell phone was here. There we go. The Rowan Atkinson Live, if you haven't seen that yet, that is so worth the watch. There's one where he's a headmaster at a school, and he's trying to explain to the parents why their child is dead at school. He was beaten to death by the teacher. and he's just nonchalantly explained to the dad, like, oh yeah, he was beaten to death, and the parents are upset, and he's just like, I don't, the headmaster just doesn't understand why he's so upset. There's another one where, like I said, the wedding, and people are giving their speeches and how awkward it is. There's one where he pretends to play the drums, but there's no drums. It's all mime, which is really good. There's one where he's the Invisible Man, and he's a day in the life of the Invisible Man, and he's not the Invisible Man, but he's dealing with the Invisible Man. He's like, the Invisible Man's kind of torturing him. So again, it's more of that mime sort of stuff that he's really, the physical comedy that he's so good at. Then he does a Mr. Bean bit. I think Mr. Bean had come out by then. I'm pretty sure. I hope. So, God, I had that tape. That was a good tape. I got to check it out again. Okay, what's left here? Hang on. The hidden stairway ceiling. Oh, did I miss the ceiling? Oh, here it is. How did I miss the ceiling? Oh, wow, I totally missed that. Look at that. There we go. All right, hang on. It's time for you to come back. Boop. We're almost done. Here, you can... Why'd you switch around here? Oops. Pick him up. Place it down. Okay, what else am I missing here? The phone, hidden room, plinth. Okay. Excuse me. Not that one. Not the... Okay, let's do the plinth first. See if I can do it without hitting the phone. I'm carefully doing this without hitting the phone. Yes. There we are. A little more off left here. There we go. Oh boy, not making this easy for me, are you? You're not making this easy. I can't. It's too close. Oh, I hit the phone. Oh well. Oh well, I hit the phone. Oh, I totally missed this part too. How did I miss you? There we go. Hidden room plinth stand. That's this thing here. There we go. And finally, the phone. This thing right here. Job complete. Hey, that's my old phone, all right. I recognize that distinct lack of features anywhere. There we go. And the replay. Oh, see, look at that. I love the replay. It's so satisfying seeing you work. Me working my way around. Look at that. Looking good. Nice and clean. Boom shakalaka. Oh, that was fantastic. The way the water hit the wood and all that was amazing. We hope that the wash was as illuminating for you as it was for us. Now, head forth to fulfill the rest of your prophecy. It seems like it should have been more royal. But it's not Nokia. No way it survived the direct spray. Yeah, I guarantee you. Oh, that was fantastic. The way the water hit the wood and all that was amazing. We hope that the wash was as illuminating for you as it was for us. Now, head forth to fulfill the rest of your prophecy. That's better, right? That works. Did I get $15 out of this? No, I only have $15. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. I'm going to end it right. Hang on. What? Sorry. What happened here? What happened? Sorry. All right. I'm going to go back to the. No, hang on. I'm going to go back. Go back. There we go. Go back to home base, and we're going to wrap it up there because I still have to clean up the house before Scott comes home tomorrow. So that being said, woohoo! We're going to call her there. Have yourself a lovely rest of your night, lovely weekend. audio episodes coming out on Saturday with the interview we had regarding Ghostbusters, and then the live episode we did, that audio will come out probably next Saturday just to pace things out. And then Jamie's probably live next week, I'm guessing. I think he's live next week. I'm going to hope so. And then the week after, we're going back to Ghostbusters. So have a good night, Tony. Have a good night, Malcolm. And anybody else who's listening, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Help us get to 1,000. We're very close. And yeah, looking forward to that. We got to do something special for 1,000. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye. And there we go. Hit this button.